a talk about strength zones has been kind of overdue. What is a strength zone really? Okay, it's an area, not a specific job. When I'm talking, there's other strength zones, but as far as the strength zones that I'm going to talk about today is about careers and finding your strength zone as far as a field. Okay, so the first thing, strength zone is not a specific certain job. Okay, it's an area. It's an area, and it draws upon pretty general skills, okay, but it usually shifts to one direction or the other. And here's what I mean by that. So, I start with myself because I've lived through a lot of these realizations, and I've had a lot of these like aha moments, and that's what I want to share with you. You probably had plenty yourself, but the bottom line is you're watching this, so you want some information. So I'm going to go ahead and illustrate the best I can through my own experiences. So when I was in the military, okay, I was definitely not in my strength zone. I didn't know that, and I joined with a full heart. I wanted to be a super soldier. That was my first thought when I got in there. Little did I know, I was in a job. I was in logistics and supply chain management. Doesn't require any verbal skills. That's pretty much like what I have is verbal skills. Didn't require any negotiating or any selling or any advising people, helping people. It didn't require any of that stuff. It was literally keeping accountability of property. And it was inventorying property by serial number. It was, printing off hand receipts, giving hand receipts out to different soldiers, sergeants, section sergeants. And that's all extremely important stuff. Any business out there is going to need logistics and supply. Any. They may not call it that. They might just call it inventory. They may call it this. But at the end of the day, it's vital in any large organization. Very critical. So that way you're not losing tons and tons of money and you're not overspending, all that good stuff. But that's all neither here nor there. I was in that job, and it was a fantastic job. I'm not going to say that it's a bad job. Okay, I was just the wrong person for the job. If I was a chaplain, okay, then I probably would have been much more in my strength zone. So now you're getting to start to see the difference. So supply specialist, probably not going to, thrive there because what am I super good at? What's my strength zone? Talking to people, helping people, advising people, negotiating with people, speaking, analyzing different things that have to do with people. I'm a people-focused person. I'm a verbal person, a creative person. And in supply, that is absolutely not a requirement. You could literally be quiet all day, and as long as the books look right, as long as you can read off a serial number, and as long as you can send emails and make sure your hand receipts printed off and make sure everything's updated in the system. If you move or do lateral transfers of property from here to here, as long as you're making sure the numbers are right, people really don't care if you talk or not, as long as all the numbers are right and the books are kept up, and the supplies are ordered and delivered on time. So, though that was a very much needed and great job, does not require what I have. Okay, so I needed to find a career field where I had all of my best qualities drawn upon every day, and where I was having what I love to do constantly developed every day. So then I got into car sales, which is more working with people, advising people to a certain extent. Okay, selling, negotiating, all types of skills are expressive, creative, and require working with people and talking to people. Much more in my strength zone. So I was in sales. So I went from car sales to timeshare to mortgages, and then on to what I do now, which is coaching. And here's the situation, that literally is what I mean by an area. You notice that I just mentioned a couple careers. Those are all in a agenda. That's an area. That's not. I didn't say my strength zone is car sales, or my strength zone is mortgages, or my strength zone is. You see where I'm going with this. Okay, and then same thing with supply. If somebody's strength zone was more nonverbal, much more like a left brain type person who's nonverbal and is much more calculative and stuff like that. That person could be an accountant. They could be a logistician or supply specialist in the Army. They could be a person who does taxes for people. They could be a mathematician. There's all different types of things they could do, but that's an area. See, that's an area. It's not one set job. It's not like, well, if you work in a warehouse and do supply, then you're going to be miserable. But if you do supply in an office, you're going to be happy. That's not the way that strength zones work. You basically, when looking for your own strength zone, is go, okay, what are the things that I'm just naturally good at? People say, you're great at math. That might be a good indicator. There's plenty of fields out there that require people who are amazing at math. And then if you know that there's plenty of fields out there that require a great skill that you have, check them all out. Check out the incomes that they're paying for, for those jobs. Check out, talk to people who are doing those jobs. You can very quickly figure out which one of these careers in that field you would absolutely love to do. And here's the thing. I have the 5 things when people are picking a career. Am I interested in it? Okay. Interest is what's going to keep you up at night studying it. Okay. Do I enjoy doing it? If you enjoy doing it, you're probably gonna you probably were interested in it and you were enjoying doing it when you were 5 years old. You probably have a jump on everybody that's an adult, that's in your field, being that you studied it for as long as you've studied it. Okay, so interested in it, enjoy doing it. Okay, do I have a natural talent at this? All right, do I like a duck in water with this? You don't need it. You don't need to have a natural talent. You can develop it. You can develop a skill over time, but it definitely helps. That's all I'll say. It's not a requirement, but it helps. Okay, because that's a big point of contention with a lot of people. It's like, natural talent doesn't mean anything. It can help. It can definitely help. Okay, so am I interested in it? Do I enjoy doing it? Do I have enough talent at it? All right. Will this make me enough money? Will this make me as much money as I want to make? Huge. Okay, because if you are interested in it, you enjoy doing it. Okay. And you have a natural talent at it, but it won't make you enough money, turn it into a hobby. Read about it in a magazine. Okay, or leave your career field and then go rebuild whatever you're doing to make you the amount of money you want to make in the exact same type of position that you're in another company or another position. Okay, so last one is, can I maintain a family while I'm doing this? So that's where like resentment can come in from either your career or your family if you don't balance that out. If you pick a career that causes you to work 90 hours a week, which is possible, to work 90 hours a week, 98 hours a week. It's possible, especially if you're starting a business. If you're doing that, and if your family or your wife or your kids might be a little upset with you if you're never there. Or if you're always home and you're in a job that requires you to be at work all the time and you just suddenly decide to have a family and you didn't have that foresight, your work might resent you or cut your hours or whatever the case may be. It all depends on whether you're a business owner or not. But these are all things to take into consideration. We talk about your strength zone, talk about picking a career. So if you find your strength zone and then you find a career that qualifies for those 5, you're going to be way happier. And again, I'm going to finish this video out right now, but don't think that it has to be, a doctor or it has to be this or this. No. Okay. If you like helping people, you could be a doctor, you could be a counselor, you could be somebody who does surgery, you could be somebody who does clinical psychology. You could be someone who helps, who does career counseling. Those are all helping people. Some people that go, well, I want to help people, so I need to be a doctor, or I want to go to the medical field, and that's why. Think about it. Break it all down. The more that you break things down, anything. You'll hear me say break it down. If I say break it down, what I'm saying is you're going to come to a much more sound conclusion, and then when you start taking action off whatever conclusion you've come to from breaking everything down and really thinking about it, laying it all out on the table, you're going to get a lot further and you're going to have a lot less regrets if you take that time. Don't paralyze yourself with thought and just sit there and think all day, but definitely take some time to break some stuff down. And then after you've broken down, looked at all the variables, act on it, and then always keep the goal the same, but readjust your plan if you need to. All right, but we're getting a little vague here. You'll notice that I'll do that in some of the videos, but main thing is find your strength zone. Okay, understand that it's an area, not a specific career. And when you say you're doing a career for a reason, look at all your reasons. And if they're all fantastic, super strong, great reasons, then hey, get in there and you'll probably excel. Try to run it by the 5. All right, interested in it? Do I enjoy doing it? All right, do I have a natural talent at it? Will it make me enough money? Can I have a family in that job and have them both have enough time? All right, until next time. Any questions or comments, please leave them down there. And we'll go from there. I'd love if you guys shot me some requests.